Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Welcome, folks. We're on Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin. The show is Horses Sing None of It, and our guest today is Wayne Valentine. Welcome to the show, Wayne. Nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Wayne is visiting here in New Jersey from St. Louis, Missouri. And we're glad to have you. You're a composer of classical music, that piece was.
That was called The Music Box.
The Music Box. And other styles of music as well.
Well, I study them all. I study all styles.
And what brought you here from St. Louis?
Well, me and my wife came up to see my mother-in-law who lives in New Jersey. And we're sort of just visiting. Visiting your mother-in-law, and your wife is originally from New Jersey then? Right.
Well, it's nice to have you here.
Okay.
And how did you come about to writing that piece, The Music Box?
Well, I took lessons. I took piano lessons, and I worked real hard. And somehow God gave me the gift to be able to write music, and that was a piece I wrote when I was 16. It's called The Music Box, and one of the first pieces I wrote, and that was it. God gave it to me.
Right. What else would you like to play for us?
Well, I'd like to play my version of Precious Lord. I'll just start off with just for luck, you know.
Great.
Okay. In praising you through troubles and through strife, when if there is, I will praise you for the rest of my life, and I purpose in my heart to do what's right. take my hand and lead me on. Then test my faith, retrieve new lessons, make me strong. And if I wander from your lights, bring me back into your life. And I purpose in my heart to do what's purpose in my heart to do what's purpose in my heart to do what's right.
Yeah, very nice. So is that a traditional song or is that one of yours?
No, that's one of mine. That's an original.
Oh, that's a beautiful song.
Thank
very
you.
Nice.
Well, there are a lot of versions of Precious Lord, but I just had to put another one in there.
Well, that's great. That's a nice tune. You told me before about when you were a kid, your whole family took piano lessons. And
Right. Well, my dad brought home a split-level organ, one of those early day Casios, the newest toy back then. And we all got into lessons, you know, because we all wanted to play. But when I saw that organ, I knew, I knew, you know. And I took over the organ, and so nobody could practice. So I ended up being the only one who continued with lessons because nobody else could practice, and everybody got, oh, he's taking over, so let him do it, you know, as usual, you know. No, but anyway, I took lessons, and I always wanted to play piano, so I took piano lessons on an organ until we got a piano, and 3 years later I was writing, and I was only writing piano music because lyrics weren't there until I was born again later. And then I could write lyrics, you know, but I was writing melodies and putting things together, and I've been doing it ever since. I've been taking things and putting them together and making music, or whatever you want to call it.
Sounds like music to me.
Okay.
Beautiful music.
Okay.
I'd like to mention that this nice keyboard here is on loan from my friend A.J. Bodner, who was kind enough to loan it to us for the show, because being all the way out here from St. Louis, you couldn't bring a keyboard with you.
No, I didn't have one.
And,
I only have a big piano, and this doesn't fit in my suitcase.
Yeah, the airlines wouldn't be pleased about that. So we'd like to thank AJ for sharing his equipment with us. You got another tune you'd like to play for us, Wayne?
Yeah, this is one that I wrote the melody to when I was about 15. And I had to learn enough chords to put chords behind it, and then I wrote lyrics, and this is called Another Day. Distant memories of past. When would you like to see your life as viewed out through a looking glass? When tears get in the way, there's dreams that seem to fade, and words that seem to say, I guess you know there'll always be another day, another day, another day, another day has come and gone. Still I looked around myself just to find I was all alone. No shortcuts back home. There's dreams that seem to fade, and words that seem to say, I guess you know there'll always be another day, another day, another day. Say another day. Another day. Two teardrops stain the looking glass. As they go by, they seem to have passed. Looking into their eyes, still there's dreams that seem to fade, and words that seem to say, I guess you know there'll always be another day. Another day. Another day. Say another day. Another day.
Yeah, that was a great tune. I think that's got to be potential to be a hit pop song.
Well, I'll just agree with you. I don't know. I don't know anything. I really don't.
I don't know anything either, but it sounds that good to me. It does. We worked out a little blues thing that we could try here.
Yeah,
But before we do that, let's give folks your telephone number back in St. Louis, where if they want to get in touch with you to find out more about your music, they can find out what you're doing.
Okay.
And that number they have up on the screen is 314-741-9108. That's Wayne's home number, so don't call too late at night. You don't want to wake them up. They got a little baby there, so they go to sleep early probably.
Yeah. And I've got a wife too. She's sitting out there. She's watching.
And this is an old blues number that the lyric was written to a standard blues progression by, I think, a guy named Memphis Slim. It's called Mother Earth, and it was that blues in C that we practiced on before.
Okay.
Me all the time, never go my way, but Mother Earth is waiting for you. There's a debt you gotta pay. I don't care how great you are, I don't care what you're worth. When it all comes down, you got to go back to Mother Earth. Have a lot of money, even diamonds or pearls. Have enough money, baby, to go flying around the world. I don't care how great you are, I don't care what you're worth. When it all comes down, you got to go back to Mother Earth. Play that keyboard, man. Have your own racetrack, have enough money, baby, buy anything that you like. I don't care how great you are, I don't care what you're worth. When it it all comes down, you got to go back to Mother Earth. Yeah. Thanks for helping me out with that, Wayne. Sounding good. So, tell us, is there anything else you'd like to share about your methods of writing or what inspires you?
Well, methods is, you know, like, I'm methodical, but, you know, I just kind of do it like freelance and don't really pay attention to any established methods, and I just do what I want to do, you know. And I like to learn, you know, I like to learn methods for my own tools to do what I want to do, but I'd like to do what I want to do.
Okay, that sounds like a good credo.
Okay, since I'm on television, I had a friend that died.
Watch out for your cord there.
That died of a disease called alcoholism. And I wrote him a song before he died. And he died at an early age. And I think this song should be heard on television because it's sort of a classic with me. But it's not been heard by anybody, on, you know, a lot of people.
Okay.
And it's called Runaway Jay.
Yeah. I love your style, man. I really like the songs you write.
Yeah.
I think they've got a good sound and a good rhythm and they make you want to
Well,
jump and shout.
well, I practiced. I practiced before I got to the show.
Yeah. Well, you want to tell us about another tune and go on into it? We got time for our last jam session and one more in between.
Well, I've got another one that should be heard.
Great.
But I don't want anybody to get offended by this. But anyway, I had strong feelings one morning when I woke up. And I wrote the song in about 20 minutes. And I worked on it all day, trying to make it sound not offensive. But this is called Love. I guess your mama told you don't need to love you. But when you talk about it, you put no one above you. You said it on the table, you know you should be able to sail through the sky like a dove. But you ain't got no feelings, and he ain't got no reason. You got to work for daddy, cause daddy know you pleasing. You cannot do without it, you know he all about it. You sail through the sky like a dove. So daddy, first yourself, but you know you surely able. You got it in your pocket, you set it on your table. But when you think about it, you know you got your reason to sail through the sky like a dove. So when you love your brother, don't try to love another. You don't need to love him, you heard it from the mother. You got it on your table, your reason's just a fable. So sail through the sky like a dove. Dove, sail through the sky like a dove. Never ask why you don't love me as you know what to do. Don't you care, long as Jesus can give you the air. Think of a loving who's fair. Yeah, you know I don't need no slippers. I heard it from the mountain. No matter how you pick her, Elijah was a prophet. I don't need to hear it. I heard it all before. How you sail through the sky like a dove. So when you find your reason, tally up the score, cause you have a loving daddy is standing at the door. If you live a little longer, you get a little stronger and sail to the sky like a dove. Love, sail to the sky like a dove. Never ask why you don't love me as you know what to do. Don't you care, long as Jesus can give you the air. Think of a love who's fair. Yeah, yeah, love, sail through the sky like a dove. Never ask why you don't love me as you know what to do. Don't you care, long as Jesus can give you the air. Think of a love who's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Great stuff.
Thank you.
You've been, you said before, working on some stuff in the studio.
Yeah, I've evolved into a studio musician. I'm not a musician anymore. Now I'm a studio musician. I'm one of them guys, you know. And
But you still play in churches sometimes, do you?
yeah, well, I write church music. You know, I used to play for churches a lot. You know, all the time. And well, you know, contemporary gospel churches. You know, I never could embrace a lot of different styles, but I could read. You know, so I went to the churches where they wanted somebody who could read. And you know, and for the past 7-8 years, I've been writing music only to the glory of God, except for one piece that I started before I started writing to the glory of God, and then I finished it later, and that's the piece that we're gonna do. I Heard a Lie. I finished that piece, you know. I did, but I tried to stay writing to the glory of God where my calling was. I tried to be devout about that.
Well, that's important to do.
Yeah.
To keep to your principles. Well, we talked about that piece, so why don't we take it on out. We want to thank you for being on Horses Sing None of It. It was a real pleasure to have you here to share your talents, and I'm sure the viewers enjoyed it, and I certainly know I did.
Okay.
Thanks for being here, Wayne.
It's nice to be appreciated, you know. It's nice to have fans. Hi there. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna start it. If you can lie, you can lie, you can lie all the time. If you can lie for your nipples and dimes. But don't you cry, been at West's beginning hotel. I don't know why you a fool drinking blueberry wine. If that ain't high when the court costs ridiculous fines, I will be fine. You keep yours and you know I'll keep mine. I heard you lie, you can pry with your pots in your pants. Look up and tie with the leg and the corn in the can. No, 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 I don't believe it. I never seen it. If you conceive it, I could believe it. Another man bought the can. That's for killing the bugs. He must have took all your looks to take it back to the store. I heard a lie. Your face looks green, and in your tail you stick a pin. But when the dice about to pose, don't drop the plat on heaven knows. I heard a lie, I heard a lie. As for the note that you wrote saying you left on my door, I took the dope, you read up, you back on the floor. No, 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 I don't believe it. I never seen it. If you can see it, I could believe it. Want some grub with the cuz nuts, DJ old man. No, I'm in love with the jug and a